Welcome to Growing the Ozarks. My name is Kelly McGowan. I'm a field specialist in horticulture with University of Missouri Extension. And today my guest is Jay Barber. He is a member of the Springfield, Plateau Master Naturalist and also retired from Missouri Department of Conservation. Welcome, Jay.
Thank you, Kelly. Good morning. How are you?
I am very well and happy to have you with us today because we're talking about a really cool subject. It is some of the sounds we may hear at night now that it's summer. You know, when we were putting this together, I said that this is a great way to spend time outdoors at night without leaving the comfort of your favorite outdoor chair. So tell us a little bit about this.
Well, I live in rural Webster County, but some of the things that I may be talking about, you may or may not see. You've got to usually have some kind of tree or shrub to hear some of these sounds, but not always. So I'm just going to jump right in and start with maybe the insects that you might hear. The broad-winged tree cricket, that one to me reminds me of actually a toad singing. They have a lot high trill, and I've tried, there's like, ooh, but it's even more trilly than that. And they just go on for a long time. And you'll hear those especially after rain. And starting about now, maybe even in July through through the end of the year, which is like sometimes October, you'll hear those. Another favorite of mine, and won't hear those till August, is the jumping bush cricket. And they basically go beep, beep, and it's just a real gentle call. It's another one of those crickets that do not stop calling. They can go through a couple of freezes, but when it's 20 degrees 3 days in a row or 3 nights in a row, they're done. And they just lay eggs and they come back the next year. The one you will start hearing, usually it's the official kickoff of summer, 4th of July, is a northern katydid. And they're the ones that at night that if you have trees, you'll hear them. They'll go ick, 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 ick. And they're really loud. If you have a well-treed area like we have, you almost can't have a conversation. The other one I was going to mention is a snowy tree cricket. The reason it's kind of interesting because it actually is supposedly a thermometer cricket. There's a formula, you can look it up on Mr. Google, but it basically, you count the number of chirps, subtract this and that, and it's a fun little thing that you might even work with your kids to use math for the outdoors. So those are the invertebrates that you can hear at night. The vertebrates I have 4 frogs that you can hear. And by the way, most of the animals that call are usually the males. So even in the insect world, it's going to be the males that are making the call, calling for the mates. With the frogs, there's a cricket frog, and it reminds you a little bit of what I just did with the northern katydid, the ick, 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 ick. Take 2 rocks and pound them together. That's what a cricket frog sounds like. And they'll call even during the day. They're just a tiny little frog, probably an inch at the best. The other one you hear as the bullfrog, the juggarum. And a cousin of the bullfrog is called the green frog. And that one, someone uses the analogy of like a banjo string that kind of dunk, dunk, like that. And you'll hear those a lot. You'll hear them with bullfrogs as they live together. Green frogs don't grow as big as bullfrogs. They live in fear of getting eaten by bullfrogs because a bullfrog will eat about anything that can get in its mouth. And the gray tree frog, that's the other one. And it kind of sounds almost bird-like in its call. Very adaptive. It'll lay eggs after rain in whatever, pools, buckets. It's just a very adaptive frog. Moving on, birds. The whippoorwill is a great caller. Someone, I don't know who did it, counted it one night, 18,000 calls in one night.
Wow.
Now, I don't know if any of the Missouri whippoorwills do that, but they basically say their name, whippoorwill, 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 and they will go all night doing that. A cousin of the whippoorwill is a chuck-will widow. I have not heard them in Webster County. I have heard them further east over in Shannon County. They go chuck-will widow, chuck-will widow. And again, like the whippoorwill, they call a lot. Another bird that calls that's fairly common is the barred owl, and they call all year round. So you have to just kind of listen to them. They go, who cooks for you? Who cooks for you? And it's just a neat bird to hear. Mammals, looking at probably coyotes, they call all year. Sometimes you'll hear them in maybe another month or so with their pups, and they just get together, have a party with the family, and just yell out. And then in the city of Springfield, you can actually hear coyotes sometimes calling. It's kind of interesting, and if not, just a little bit intimidating.
Okay, well, very good. Well, thank you, Jay, for this great information. And I just want to encourage people, spend time outdoors at night and see what you can hear.
You'll enjoy it. It's good, except for the mosquitoes, so just be mindful of those.
Thank you, Jay. This is Kelly McGowan with Growing the Ozarks.